That was me.
Check 1, 2.
Are you ready? Take somebody Ganga Jal and pour it inside the lota water. You gotta take a knife and chuck that on top. Take a knife and chuck it on top. Don't remove it. Just chuck it on top. Make a hole. Right, and sprinkle it inside the water. Right, just a few drops, that's all. Alright? Right, wash their hands now. Hastau prakshalanam samarpayami. Hastau prakshalanam samarpayami. Alright. Now then stand up. Kindly stand. Family and friends, well-wishers, and everyone joining with and love is immortal. Our lives are made up of greetings and goodbyes. And when it comes to saying farewell to those we love the most, finding the right words can be difficult. How can you eloquently express everything that a person meant to you in just a few words? Success is not measured in terms of fame or fortune. Rather, it is measured in the impact we made on the lives of those around us and how we are remembered after we are gone. Today, we honor the memory of Sherrin and we ask collectively, under these circumstances of this pandemic, may her soul find peace with God. Collectively, we come together to offer our prayer and devotion under these circumstances, harsh circumstances, difficult circumstances, yet still with prayer we will endure all these conditions and will continue to move forward. As collectively we ask God's blessings upon her soul in her transition from this world, this earth world, to God's world, the divine world. Om Shanno Mitraha Sham Varunaha Sanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnu Rurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tarnamam Avatu Tarvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Ram Nam Satya Hai. Everyone else can sit, just Surma and the three boys will remain standing. The lead person will take a flowers, some rice and a palm leaf in his hand. Adya Amukha Gotrasya Amukha Pretasya, take your mother's name, Pretatva Nivrityartham Uttam Lok Praptaye Ardha Daihikam Karma Karishye. Put it down in front of her picture. Take the water and sprinkle it around the picture. Apavitraha, pavitrova, sarva, just sprinkle it. Don't do like you're doing puja. Sprinkle it. Apavitraha, pavitrova, sarva, vasthangatopiva, yasmare pundari kakam sabhahyabhyan tarasuchi. Good. Open the white chandan. Put a little water in your left hand. Anyone. Rub that into your hand and take it up with a pan leaf. Give it to him, put on a tika on the picture. Chandanasya maya diyate tavu patishatam. Put down the chandan right by the foot of the picture. Put some flowers by the foot of the picture. Pushpa malyam maya diyate tavu patishatam. Right? Take a pan leaf now. Put 3 kush grass on it. Om Om Adya Amugotra Amukapreta take her name Mata Mrityu Pindasthane Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Rest it on top of the table in front of the area. Face the grass on the pan leaf north-south. Just turn the grass to face it north-south. Right. Offer some water on top of that pan leaf. Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Right. Take one pinda ball in your hand now. Hold it in your right hand. Keep it in the palm of your right hand. Hold it. Om Adya Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Mata. Each time I use the word Mata, you take her name. Mrityu Sthane, Mrityu Sthan Nimittaka, Shavo Nam, Esha Pindaste, Maya Diyate, Tavo Patishatam. Put it down on top of the pan leaf through your right thumb. Put it down. Take some rice and blacktail in your right hand, in your palm. Right. Let your brother take the lota of water now. Right. You keep your hand over the ball. Open your right thumb and let him pour the water in your hand. And let it fall on the ball. Right. Throw everything on it. Om Adya Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Mata Mrityusthane Shavo Namni Pinde Pratyavane Janam Te Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Now we're going to repeat the same thing 5 times again. Right? So take the palm leaf with the 3 pieces of kush grass. Hold it in your hand. Om Adyamo Gotrasya Amuka Pretasya Mata Grihadware Pantha Namni Pindasthane Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it just below the first pinda. Pour some water on top of it. Right. Take the pinda ball in your hand now. Hold it in your hands. Om Adyamo Gotrasya Amuka Pretasya Mata Grihadware Pantha Namni Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down on top of the leaf through your right thumb. Take the rice and the till in your hand. Let your brother pour the water in your hand and pour it on top of the ball. Om Adya Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Grihadware Pantha Namni Pinde Pratyavane Janam Te Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Take the palm leaf again. 3 pieces of kush grass. Hold it in your hand. Om Adyamogotrasya Amukapretasya Mata Chatushpade Kechar Namni Pindasthane Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavopati Satam. Put it down. Put some water on top of it. Take the pinda in your hand. Hold the pinda in your hand. Om Adya Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Chatvare Khechar Nam Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down on top of the leaf. Take the rice and the black tail. Hold it over the ball. Let your brother pour the water on top of it. Om Adyamogotrasya Amukapretasya Chatushpade Khechar Namni Pinde Pratyavane Janamte Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. The water, the black tail. Right. Next, Om Adyamogotra Gotrasya Amukapretasya Vishrame Bhutanami Pindasthani Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavopati Shatam. Put it down. Put the water on top of it. Take the pinda in your hand. Om Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Vishram Sthane Bhuta Namni Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patitatam. Put it down. Right? Hold your hand over it and let your brother put the water. Om Adyamogotrasya Amukapretasya Mata Vishrame Bhutto Namni Pinde Pratyakavane Janamte Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Right. Take the leaf again. Om Adyamogotrasya Amukapretasya Mata Mokshakamaha Chittopari Sadhatanama Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down. Pour the water on it. Take the pinda. Okay. Sadhak Nam Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down. Black rice, black tail, water. Sadhak Nama Esha Pindaste प्रत्यवनेजनं ते मया दीयते तवोपतिशताम्. All right. Take the tharya now. Put a behind it. Yeah. Put that behind the tharya. Put a palm leaf under the diya. Light the camphor in it. Right. Go around the table with that now. Let everybody stand up. Andhakaram, Mahabhoram, Raviyatra na drishyate, Asyopakarna harthaya, Devo yampriyate maya. Andhakaram, Mahabhoram, Raviyatra na drishyate, Asyopakarna harthaya, Devo yampriyate maya. Vitvatu dushkaram kar, Jantāvāpya janata, प्राप्तम समागतम धर्म समायुक्तम लोभ मोह समभृतम दहेयम सर्वगात्राणि दिव्यान् लोकान् सगच्छतु. Right. Okay. See if you could take the camphor in that and put it in the havan pot. Take the scissors or the knife and take up the camphor. Put it in the havan pot. Good. Cover over the flame. Put more camphor so it will catch. No, take out that piece from the center. Don't stifle it. Put it in the center. Right. Take the pot now and carry it and put it to the head of the table. On the ground. Put 4 pieces of kush grass around it. Make a square. Pass the lota water around the fire. Everybody else could sit down, eh? Om Kravyad Aganaye Avahyami Sthapayami Pujayami Dhyayami Achamaniyam Jalam Samarpayami. Om Kravyad Agnaye Namah. Right. Take the ghee. Use the spoon. Use the spoon. If you have a bowl or empty area. Make sure the fire doesn't out. You need to put more camphor, put camphor. You're going for the bowl? Alright, put the ghee on the spoon. Pour the ghee on the spoon. And put one drop at a time. Right? Facing south, Om Lomabhya Swaha. Lomabhya Swaha. Tvache Swaha. Tvache Swaha. Lohitaya Swaha. Lohitaya Swaha. Take again. Or you say Swaha too. Medobhya Swaha. Medobhya Swaha. Mamsebhya Swaha. Mamsebhya Swaha. Snavabhya Swaha. Snavabhya Swaha. Astabhya Swaha. Astabhya Swaha. Majjabhya Swaha. Majjabhya Swaha. Take again. Retase. Retase Swaha. Payave Swaha. Ayasaya Swaha. Prayasaya Swaha. Sanyasaya Swaha. Vyasaya Swaha. Udyasaya Swaha. Shuche Swaha. Shochate Swaha. Shochamanaya Swaha. Take it again. Shokaya Swaha. Tapase Swaha. Tapyate Swaha. Tapyamanaya Swaha. Taptaya Swaha. Dharmaya Swaha. Take again. Nishkrityai Swaha. Prayishchityai Swaha. Bheshajaya Swaha. Yamaya Swaha. Antakaya Swaha. Mrityave Swaha. Brahmane Swaha. Brahmatyaya Swaha. Vishwebhyo Devebhya Swaha. Dyava Prithibhyam Swaha. Right. Pass the water around the fire now. Om Kravyadagnaye Achamaniyam Achamaniyam Achamaniyam. Alright, good. Come back. Take the pan leaf with the 3 pieces of kush grass again. Om Adya Amugotrasya Amukapretasya Mata Asti Sanchaya Nimittaka Pindasthane Attavane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down there. Yeah, below the last pinda. Put the water on it, sprinkle the water on it. Pindasthane Atravane Nikshvate Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Take the pinda in your hand now. Om Adyamugotrasya Amukapretasya Mokshakamaha Asti Sanchaya Nimittaka Esha Pindaste Maya Diyate Tavo Patishatam. Put it down through your right tongue. Then till the rice and the water, pour it through your right tongue on top of the ball. Om Adyam Gotrasya Amuka Pretasya Mata Mokshakamaha Asti Sanchaya Nimitta Asti Sanchaya Pinde Pratyavane Janamte Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishatam. Alright? Take the lota water now. Give him the lota water. Remove the mango leaf. Give him the lota of water. You take the lota of water. Take the lota of water in your hand. Go around the table. Sprinkle it right around the table. No. Ahara haranaya mano dhammasam purusham pashum vaivasvato nitripati surapaiva duramati Ritva tu dushkaram karma janata vapu janata mritikalo sampraptam Naram panchatvamagatam dharma dharma samayuddham lobha moha samapritam daheyam sarvagatrani vidyan lok. Come to the top of the table and empty out everything by the head there. Om Anadinena Deva Shanta Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundadikaksha Preta Moksha Pradobhava. Bhagavad Gita describes to us Dehi nosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantarap prapir dhiras tatra namohyati. Just as a person's body undergoes who she was, today that body is simply being replaced by this photo, which serves the same purpose as a reminder to us as to who she was, how she lived. On the contrary, today we are seeing through these photos of her a beautiful, smiling, ever charming and happy person, a soul that will be remembered for her kindness, and this smile of hers which we are seeing on these photos is the smile that we will like to keep in our hearts at all times. Today we ask the blessing of Bhagavan Krishna upon her soul. Nature has provided us with a tiny glimpse of death in our everyday life, and that is our sleep. Death is something like sleeping. When we are awake, we are engaged in various activities. But the moment we go to sleep, what happens to us? Where do we go? Death provides one with deep sleep. Just as sleep takes you in its arms, comforts you, and makes you feel fresh to start another day, death takes us in his arms, comforts us, and makes us awaken to the highest reality that this life is just like a deeper sleep and a deeper dream. Death is a long sleep. And what happens? You drop one body and you get into another body. What does it mean? It means dropping the past. We are dying every moment. And we are being born every moment. Dying means dropping all of us identity. And death means looking at the past as a dream. And just like it brings to us renewal of life, the soul, which we call the Atma, is beyond death. It is like you are not afraid to go to sleep, to take a nap, because you are sure you will wake up. If there is a doubt about whether you will wake up or not, you will never go to sleep. But the knowledge of death makes you brave and immortal. It makes you aware that something in you never dies. Your beginning is the same as your end. Life is a circle. Death brings birth, and birth leads towards death. The truth is, we were all born to die. And death is the culmination of life. In other words, death is the big test in life. How we live, that is how we will pass. Death needs to be celebrated, not mourned. Sadness comes because someone who was walking, talking, laughing and relating to you suddenly passed. Where are they? Where is she? Just the body remains, and she is not the body. So we ask her, where has she gone to? Where has the spirit gone? Where has the soul or the Atma? Where is it? The first act of life is when we inhale. Then we took a deep breath in. Our second act in life is crying like a baby. And the last act of life is when we breathe out. The knowledge of death will improve the quality of life. It tells us, just don't be too attached. This will make you stable. This will make you stronger. And this is what is called immortal life. We conclude our simple ceremony this afternoon here. And I'd like to thank everyone, all those who have been viewing virtually, and the family and friends and neighbors who have come to share in this brief moment to honor the memory of Sherri in this ceremony. We ask the blessings of God upon her soul, as that soul will travel or transit from this world, earth, to the divine world, Krishna Loka, the world of Lord Krishna. And as she has lived a beautiful life, a simple life, a life of struggle, a life of toil, and a life of sacrifice. We all know she was deeply connected to her faith, to her devotion, and to her Bhagavan. And in this way we ask God's blessings upon her, that may she find peace at the feet of Lord Krishna. To the bereaved family, it is our prayer, may you too be blessed with courage at this time. May you be blessed with strength and solace. May you be blessed with hope, but more so with acceptance. Acceptance meaning Lord Krishna knows what is best, and therefore he has performed his Leela, his act of compassion. He has performed an act that we will not be able to understand. But this is His way. This is the way of life. Together we ask God's blessings upon each and every one. Let us all stand at this time as we will conclude with our ceremony. Clasp your hands, bow your heads in prayer, and offer yourself to Lord Krishna, asking Him to take the soul of Sherri, the Atma of Sherri, and may she have peace. May she travel through the different dimensions until she can safely arrive to the feet of Lord Krishna in His world. राम नाम के हीरे मोती मैं बिखराऊं गली गली, कृष्ण नाम के हीरे मोती मैं बिखराऊं गली गली, ले लो एक कोई नाम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, ले लो एक कोई नाम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम राम। दुनिया को तू कब तक पगले अपनी कहलाएगा, ईश्वर को तो भूल गया है अंत समय पछताएगा। दो दिन का ये चमन खिलाए फिर मुरझाए गली गली, ले लो एक कोई नाम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, ले लो एक कोई राम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम राम। राम नाम के हीरे मोती मैं बिखराऊं गली गली, कृष्ण नाम के हीरे मोती मैं बिखराऊं गली गली, ले लो एक कोई राम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, ले लो एक कोई राम का प्यारा शोर मचाऊं गली गली, बोलो राम बोलो राम बोलो राम राम राम, बोलो श्याम बोलो श्याम बोलो श्याम श्याम श्याम। ओम अनादि निरंजनो देवा शंख चक्र गदाधर अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भव, अहर हर नयमानो काम स्वं पुरुषं पशुन् वैवस्वतो न तृप्यते सुरापैव दुर्मते। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ओम शांति शांति शांति। राम नाम सत्य है। Kindly be seated, everyone.
¿Quieres saludar? Acércate. De nuevo. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's that much, no. Then no stick on. Then like that, you know, no stick.
காதல் வாங்கி வாழவில்லை யாரும் என்ன மண்ணும் வாழ சொல்லாதே உடம்புக்குள்ள உசுர விட்டு போக சொல்ல நீதான் உன்னை விட்டு போக சொல்லாதே காணுகின்ற காட்சியெல்லாம் உந்தன் பூமுகம் அது எந்த ஞாபகம் கண்ணுக்குள்ள இப்போ கடல் கசிவத பாரு ஒண்ணுக்குள்ள ஒண்ணா வந்து சேரு पिंजरे के पंछी रे तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई तेरा दर्द न जाने को बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू बाहर से तो खामोश रहे तू भीतर भीतर रोए रे के भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर्द न जाने को कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंछी
क्या जिंदगानी रे कह न सके तू अपनी कहानी तेरी भी पंछी क्या जिंदगानी रे
Hi everyone, I'm Christy and I have never had a more difficult task than the one I now bear. To say the final words to my dearest Auntie Sherry on behalf of her family and loved ones. A day I never thought would come so soon. Today we lay to rest one of the kindest, most generous, and loving angels to walk this earth, Sherrin Siewpersad, lovingly known as Sherry, Cher to her husband, Ma to her children, and Mama to her grandchildren. She was born in El Dorado Village on December 21st, 1966, to her now belated parents, Budram and Dulari Kunkun, better known as Blacks and Bahinia. She was the youngest of 6 siblings, Chibu, Molly, Soma, Kumari, and Buff. It is with great anguish that they can no longer be with their baby sister. At the age of 5, a dear friend of the family, Mr. Compton Delph, after losing his own child, supported Sherry to attend Tacarigua Presbyterian Primary School. She always recalled how he bought her first school uniform and school shoes, and told her he would always be there to take care of her, a promise he always honored. Later, when she was just about a teenager, her family moved to Bokal village, and her father opened a bar where she would sometimes sell. It was here that she met the love of her life, Sherrin Siewpersad. We know him as Boy, who she would often sneak free beers and cigarettes to. I guess she knew the way to his heart back then. As their romance sparked, and she completely stole his heart, my Uncle Boy was ready to take the leap. So at the tender age of 16, in 1986, they were married. 3 years later, they welcomed their firstborn, Sheldon, Shaka, into the world, and gave to him his sister, Shivara, Vara, 2 years later. When Sheldon was 3 years old, they moved to Canada for a special procedure for him. They stayed there with Ina and her family for less than 1 year when she became pregnant with her son Fallon, who was born after they returned to Trinidad. Sherry was born to be a Trini. Her lifestyle matched her culture of cooking, liming, and having fun. She loved people and loved to see them happy and fed. She was literally the best cook. No one else could match her. She could make anything taste good, and that's a fact. She is irreplaceable. We thought we had time, Auntie Sherry, to learn more from you. There is such a wealth of knowledge that you took with you and didn't get a chance, and in debt, she knew it all. Her last-born, who is her splitting image, Atiana, and she shared a special bond, filled by a love enriched with endless disagreement, as they were all her own blood. But she was genuinely a mother to all. She offered her home to anyone in need and took care of them as her very own. She was there for any one of her nieces and nephews and even their children. You could call on her in any time of need, and she was the first to show up. In a moment's notice, she was able to turn pot to prepare for any occasion, and she did it with heart. She looked forward to Diwali. She prepared for an entire village. Her joy was that every and anyone could come and eat by her. Trust me, if you did not eat by her, she would remember you and scold you for it and then forgive you. That was her nature. She could not stay upset for very long. In times of difficulties, she would always say, "Don't worry, God is love. Everything will be okay." We cannot remember her without mentioning that she was always the first on the dance floor. and she could dance. The woman got the rhythm in her soul. Tassa was her favorite, but she was also a soca baby. She just really loved to party and have a good time. She enjoyed playing Juve. She looked forward to it every year and would pester Vara to take her with them. She certainly made the most of life by celebrating every occasion. She lived her life to the fullest without any regrets. Friends came easy to her because she was the most friendly and sociable person you could ever meet, always with the most pleasant smile on her face. Oh, how we miss that signature smile, her infectious laughter and jolly spirit. We have no doubt this place would be overcrowded if it were possible for everyone who knew and loved her to be here. And she really wanted that. She wanted. The morning of the 28th of May this year was the most shocking and dreadful experiences of our lives. We are still trying to come to terms with the passing of our beloved mother, Sherry. While we struggle with ourselves to figure out what more we could have done to prevent this from happening, and if we did enough, we must believe that this was a time that God allowed us to have her on this earth, and she has now returned to him. She leaves to mourn her husband, Boy, of 38 years, her children, Sheldon, Vara, Fali, and Ati, her grandchildren, Christiana and Kristen, her daughter-in-law, Crystal, and those to be, Sanjay, Rihanna, her adopted son, Vicky, who she called Korn, her siblings, Chibu, Molly, Soma, Kumari, and Buff, and their spouses, Vishnu, Ken, Paria, and Listra. Her nephews, Jason, Vin, Tenna, Anthony, Johnny, Doogie, and Dinesh. Her nieces, Isha and Risha. Her mother-in-law, Mama, who loved her like a daughter. Her in-laws, Sandra, Indaraj, Kumar, Pragi, Ina, Michelle, and Fluff, along with their spouses, Muswa, Mona, Tara, Mer, Vijay, and Vera. Her nephew-in-laws,
Sitaram, everyone. Sitaram, good evening. I am Sherrin Siewpersad. I am Sherry's granddaughter. My mama was my queen and my best friend. She used to do everything for me, but now I have to do it all by myself. Dear Mama, I will miss your cooking, especially the delicious curry chicken you used to make for me. Thank you for all the hugs and kisses each day and keeping me warm at night. Rest in peace, my lovely Grandma. I love you forever, my Mama. On behalf of my brother Kristen, he will miss repeating Mama, Mama, Mama.
Into this world we have come alone, or jaye bhi akela. And in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. Do din ki zindagi hai, do din ka mela. When we do take stock of our lives, we realize that this life is a very short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours.
this time, we just
Although everyone lives,
in case
I
anyone would like
am
to
still
come and say
alone.
a few words on behalf
Aaye
of
bhi akela,
and to share.
aur jaye bhi akela.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला आए भी अकेला जाए भी अकेला 2 दिन की जिंदगी है 2 दिन का मेला
Hey, good day, everyone. You know, this is truly a sad occasion. You know, I honestly never had this thought in my mind that I would be standing here to say these words on behalf of her family at a time like this. Never. This was the furthest thought from my mind. There were so many other names that I could call of people whom I thought would have passed. But Auntie Sherry was nowhere on that list, not even in the same book. You know, I want to speak on behalf of her children because this really is a difficult time for them to speak and say how they truly feel. And, you know, these words that was said so quickly because, again, they can't even come to terms to think that they would have to arrest their mom, you know. I want to speak on behalf of Sheldon. This is just, and again, this is just a few of the words that could have come to mind in such a time like this. This is on behalf of Sheldon, her eldest. My mother was my life. She kept me centered. She was the one who prevented me from a lot of wrongdoings. It is because of her that I have stayed on the right path. She was there for me through everything. From the time my daughter Christiana was born, she took care of her as she was her own. Christiana slept with her until her very last days. She was excited to see me marry my wife Crystal. She was always there to help us with my mischievous son Christian. I will miss my mother terribly. And this is on behalf of Vara. Ma, right now, I am just so shocked and angry by the sudden death that I cannot even come to terms to even bid you farewell just yet. You know, she goes on to say that Auntie Sherry, I have witnessed, I just want to add on this, that I have witnessed Auntie Sherry and Vara over the years doing a little cooking business and, you know, selling pies, some of the best pies you could eat in this world. It was out of world. People from all over would come to buy those pies. I've always witnessed each other and, you know, it is a mother and daughter relationship. I can't speak on behalf of a daughter losing their mother. You know, Vara was her eldest daughter and she had the first experiences and it is so much to bottle up or to say that all I know, I remember how Vara used to try, she used to get her mother hand so right when she was making pela one thing on the beach side. I have never forgotten this. I eaten this food on the beach in Manzilina. And Vara put his pepper in my plate and I sustain and I asking this girl for more because this thing tastes so good. And Auntie Sherry boasting, that is my daughter who cooked that, you know. You know, that's the kind of person she was, so supportive and encouraging no matter what ventures her children take or anybody close to her. So from Vara, I know that she loved her mother so much and her speechlessness says it all, that nobody think they would have to arrest their mothers so early. On behalf of Fallon, my mother was my strength. My mother was my hope. My mother was my life. My mother used to give me courage in everything I set my mind to do. She always taught me never to give up. Ma, you are in a better place. You will forever be in my heart. I missed you. Rest in peace. I actually see Auntie Sherry, how encouraging and supportive and She used to be running up and down this road when Fallon opened his fish stall, and when he would go out at sea. Me was very useful. Today you left me, Mom, and I did not even say your last goodbyes. Mom, I love you, and I wish you could return, but it's not possible. Sleep in peace, my queen, until we meet again. You know, Chrissy said it all about Auntie and Auntie Sherry's relationship. It truly, you could have been home and hear two of them arguing and quarreling and never disrespecting one another, but always arguing. And then the next minute, Ma, we had to eat, girl. We're cooking. You know, and the only time you give him a talk, now you want to know what I had to eat? And we look at our roti and fralu. And that is how she used to be. And she always knew how to take care of her family or anyone. It could be a stranger. The amount of sons and daughters Auntie Sherry have, we can put them on a list. Because anytime you pass here or I drive my car in, I used to be hailed out like I was one of her sons. You know, anybody could have been here. I used to ask her, how you feed the amount of people that be by your house every day? You know, and she would laugh and she would say, that is the love, boys, the love. And Barakat, she used to always tell me that. I say, no, I never see somebody stretch a chicken for 40 people. That's impossible. But somehow, when you watch their plate, it's like they eating a mountain, everybody. And, you know, that truly is a blessing, that's a gifting. That couldn't come from nobody but God. My sister Tracy, you know, somebody who... Tracy is someone who don't need much people in her circle, in her life. And when she holds on to people or find gems, you can't take them away from her. You can't speak ill about any one of them in her presence. And even if she's not around and she hears that you have spoken ill, she will find you and deal with you accordingly. And that is not saying lightly. So she really couldn't pull herself together in such a time like this to speak. So whatever I'm reading is from her. Hi everyone, I'm Tracy, Auntie Sherry's niece and the neighbor next door. I've known Auntie Sherry all my life, and I've always known her to be smiling and happy. She was a very friendly person. She could make friends no matter where she was. She's someone who you could always depend on at a moment's notice. It is hard to believe that we are here right now to observe your last rites. I thought this day was a long way in the future, when her children and I were old and gray. I thought we all had more time with her. She was now teaching me how to make a good curry duck. It's one of the best you could eat. If she used to enter competitions, there would be trophies lined all around this house. I will miss running away on evenings to come by us. I will miss her, running away on evenings to come by us to check on her other grandchildren, Mateo and Zoe, and to watch a little movie where she would always try to guess how the movie would end. And if anybody knows Auntie Sherry, she can't sit quiet for long, so she always trying to figure out what's going to happen, or end up what's going to happen. And, you know, she and Tracy used to interact like that and get excited, so... she would mostly used to guess wrong before they all missed her and came by us looking for her. I would miss her dearly. Her children used to miss her looking around because everybody used to look forward to Auntie Sherry every minute. Ma, or Sher, you always hear that from next door. So whenever she got the opportunity, she used to run across and hide to look for Zoe or spend a little time with them. So that's why whenever they miss their mother, they knew exactly where she was by Auntie Ina. I will miss her dearly. She was an amazing woman, mother, aunt, sister, and grandmother to us all. I just want to say a few things on my behalf to Auntie Sherry and to the family. To me, Auntie Sherry is irreplaceable. I am better known to her family, to Sheldon and Uncle Boy, and everybody as Bo, you know, and that was from my childhood story, which I wouldn't tell you now, but Auntie Sherry never passed me or my wife, or we could never enter here without her stopping us and flagging us down to come and say a greeting or ask how we are doing. And, you know, I would miss that. Even this afternoon when I was dressing to come here, I'm telling my wife about this house, and I'm saying, Auntie Sherry home. And, you know, it's like it still ain't hit me that I can't call, I can't say that. And I don't think this thing really hit me that she has gone. Auntie Sherry was my little protector from when I was misbehaving as a child, and when I used to give trouble, and my mother and father cutting my tail. Auntie Sherry used to run across and stop them, and I deserve it. I fall off the back of the house, and I will miss you forever. Thank you very much.